take a look at their schedule and their ranking. 6-0-1, ranked number 2 in the nation. A winner over Miami, tie with Rutgers, a win over Mississippi State, a win over LSU, and a win over Tennessee. 3-0 in the SEC. Then a win over Southwestern Louisiana in homecoming game at Gainesville, and Virginia Tech last week. Definite great victory for the Gators.
Yeah, I think it gave the Gators some experience in seeing a powerful running game. Set them up a little bit for this afternoon's attempt to stop Bo Jackson and the Auburn War Eagles.
It's a beautiful campus here at Auburn, very reminiscent of Gainesville, with the beautiful brick buildings. 57 degrees at game time, and the temperature will probably get up into the mid-60s a little later this afternoon. 10-mile-an-hour winds and partly cloudy. As a matter of fact, it is so overcast they've got the lights on here at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yeah, we were hoping it wasn't going to rain because we want both of these teams to be at their best, and in a sloppy atmosphere, sometimes that's not possible, but it looks like the rain's going to hold off on us. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Should be an interesting game this afternoon. They almost call it the University of Bo Jackson at Auburn. He's gotten so much publicity. But there's Galen Hall across the way, unbeaten. Florida won the toss, and they will be receiving. Jim, what are your thoughts now as we get ready to go into the game, not only about Bo, but about Neil Anderson, and what is his status?
Well, Neil Anderson is a terrific young man, and if he can play, he's going to be out there, but he didn't get much practice time in this week, and none of us are exactly sure what's going to happen. We'll just have to see, but John L. Williams knows how to play that tailback position as well.
And he's had an excellent year. He's a very versatile back. A lot of NFL scouts here, obviously, to look at Bo Jackson, but they're looking at guys like John L. Williams, and of course, they're looking at Neil Anderson. 6-1, the Tigers of Auburn, ranked 6th in the nation. Winners over Southwestern Louisiana, Southern Mississippi, a loss to Tennessee in the SEC, a win over Ole Miss, a big win over Florida State, and a win over Georgia Tech, but just barely, and then a victory over Mississippi State.
And the key to that Tennessee game, Tennessee got ahead. Tennessee was able to pass the football. Auburn fell behind, couldn't pass the ball effectively and catch up. And, of course, Tennessee played an inspired ball game.
As we get ready for the kickoff, you're looking at Ricky Nattiel, and he has been averaging 16 yards on a return per season. 19-0 is his 19 yards even, his career average. So it'll be Nattiel and Wayne Williams who will be deep in the end zone. Kicking off for Auburn, Chris Johnson, a freshman from Spanish Fort, Alabama, as we get ready to get underway with a classic matchup. Getting ready to move to the ball is Chris Johnson, and will be underway with football at Jordan-Hare Stadium. He bangs it high. It's Wayne Williams taking it on the goal line. He's at the 5, the 10, the 15, and up to the 20-yard line before he is brought down as the Tigers of Auburn bring him down, and the Gators will put it in play. Kerwin Bell, 107 completions out of 168 attempts, 1,579 yards through the air, 64% his completion record.
And that offensive line, as we see the backs, that offensive line is going to have to give Kerwin Bell protection today as the Gators attempt to throw that football. There you see the big guys up front.
That'll be the key as Kerwin Bell comes to the line on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The give-off goes to Neil Anderson, and he is stacked up as he hits the 21-yard line. The Auburn Tigers' Tracy Rocker brings him down, the left defensive tackle.
Well, Auburn stuffed that one at the line of scrimmage.
Offensively, or rather defensively for Auburn, it is Robinson, Rocker, Hallman, Williams, Thomas, McCurdy, and Phillips, and the deep backs, Porter, Johnson, Powell, and Jimmy Warren.
And it was Neil Anderson starting.
Slot offense, that would be Ray McDonald in the slot as Kerwin Bell drops and looks. He is being pressed back there, runs out of the pocket, can't find anybody, hangs onto the football, turns upfield, and is taken down at the 28-yard line. Brought down by Gerald Williams for the Auburn Tigers. So a nice gain on that one by Mr. Kerwin Bell. Not the fastest guy in the world, but an excellent athlete and a great field general.
Yeah, and that was an accident. Obviously, there was a breakdown at the line of scrimmage. Big 98, Gerald Williams put it on tremendous pressure. As we mentioned, that's a key for that Gator offense.
It's 3rd and 2 now for the Gators as Kerwin Bell comes to the line, operating with his wide side to the right. Bell rolls. He's going to throw on 3rd and 2 out in the flat, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Ray McDonald, and Kevin Porter was the coverage man for Auburn. So Ray Criswell comes on. His average 43.5 per punt. His longest 63 this year. And Criswell, the #1 rated guy according to the NFL scouts. As far as a professional prospect is concerned, the return man for Auburn will be Trey Gaines. It is high. Gaines will take it at the 26-yard line. He's at the 30, and he's across the 35 and to the 38-yard line before he is brought down by the Florida Special Teams unit. Coach Jerry Anderson's troops were down, did a great job. Now here's Pat Washington, the quarterback for Auburn. 21 for 56 this year, 293 yards. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Not exactly in Kerwin Bell's league when it comes to throwing the football.
No, they make no pretense about it. They're going to give that ball to their backs. Bo Jackson, Tommy Agee, Brent Fullwood. Those are the big guys up front you see there for Auburn.
1st and 10 on the 38 now for the Tigers of Auburn. And the give-off is going to go to the fullback. He comes straight up the middle. Tommy Agee, the junior from Maplesville, Alabama. And Ricky Knight, the sophomore from Gainesville, makes the hit on him as he goes across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Defensively for the Gators, Miller, Mitz, Pennington, Roth, Armstrong, Williams, and Alonzo Johnson, Stacy Knight, White, and Williams, the deep backs. And the defense really going to be put to the test today with this great running attack that Auburn has. 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line for the Tigers of Auburn as Washington goes with the I. Agee is the up back. The pitch goes to Bo Jackson, and Bo Jackson hits into the line off the left side. Very little gain. Keith Williams, the junior from Milton, Florida, brings Jackson down.
1,400 yards at this point in the season for Bo Jackson, well ahead of Herschel Walker's pace when Herschel won the Heisman Trophy. The pro scouts rate this guy as a 9.9 on their scale. Charlie Bailey, the defensive coordinator for the Gators, said they don't give 10s because nobody's perfect. But Bo Jackson's a 9.9.
Well, he advanced the ball to the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 as the Tigers come out of the huddle. They're operating with their wide side to the top of your screen to the left as the Gator defense digs in. The pitch goes to Jackson off the right side, and he is across the midfield stripe. He's got the 1st down. Scott Armstrong, the junior inside linebacker from Ocala, the hit man along with Leon Pennington from Fort Lauderdale.
Nice job by big number 87, Ron Middleton. We mentioned those 2 senior tight ends. Auburn comes out with a 2 tight end alignment and lets those big guys knock the linebackers off the line of scrimmage and give Bo Jackson just a little bit of a crack.
The ball is at the 48-yard line. It is 1st and 10 now for the Tigers as they have moved across just a little bit into Florida territory. Florida with the 3-down lineman, and the handoff goes to Bo Jackson. Tries it on the right side. He's swarmed under by the Florida defense. After a short gain, Alonzo Johnson and Ricky Knight combining. Johnson, great athlete.
Yeah, now Alonzo Johnson on the top of your screen. Watch him fight to get outside. And you see Ricky Knight coming up there, the strong safety. Ricky Knight's going to have to continue to make that play all day long near that line of scrimmage. Make Bo Jackson turn in or make the tackle himself. That was a great job by Alonzo Johnson and Ricky Knight.
Took a look at the end zone shot just a moment ago. And Pat Washington, the senior from Mobile, Alabama, at the line. Washington on the reverse. Pitches off to the outside man. He turns the corner on the far outside, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's Freddie Wiggin. He's the sophomore split end. He took it on the reverse, going to the far side, and gets bumped out of bounds after picking up the 1st down.
All right, this is no surprise. Patrick Miller's seen this play in practice all week long. He's ready. He just misses the tackle right there on the 50-yard line. Patrick had sniffed out the reverse, but Gaines was able to pick up another 10 or 15 yards after the missed tackle.
Adrian White took him out at the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers as they continue to drive on the University of Florida. Once again, it is the I, and you see the H-back, the tight end, and going to the outside is Bo Jackson, and he's across the 30-yard line, inside the 30. Patrick Miller makes the tackle on Bo. So a nice gainer on the play for the young man from Bessemer. So the move was to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers. Florida is 3-20-1 in 24 previous games at Auburn.
Yeah, that's not too good of a track record, is it?
Although the home team usually has the advantage in this series, it has for the past 9 years. The home team has won it. Washington Hands off to A.G., and A.G. gets to about the 25-yard line before he's brought down by Tommy Duhart, the big sophomore from Belle Glade, at the left defensive tackle spot.
Auburn wants the tailback, or Bo Jackson, to carry the ball about 30 times a game, but Tommy A.G., the fullback, is going to get the ball as well, but generally he'll run the ball about 10 times a game, strictly on a quick slant between the guards.
He's their solid guy, their bread and butter, meat and potatoes guy inside. First quarter of play, no score in the football game, 9:35 to play in this first period as Washington is at the line on 3rd and 2. The pitch goes to Bo Jackson, trying to turn outside, and they stop him behind the line as Jarvis Williams comes in, but there are flags all over that field.
Might have been some motion on Auburn's side. There was some jumping at the line of scrimmage. We'll have to see what the call is.
Illegal motion coming against Auburn.
It looks like it's going to go against Auburn.
Let's see the left side of the line. Yeah, Parks, number 82, got a quick start there, trying to hook the linebacker. Look at Jarvis Williams standing up near the line of scrimmage. He did a fine job there containing, forcing Bo Jackson to turn in. Actually made the tackle himself as well.
Well, that's exactly what he had to do. Florida's defense has played well. Auburn has moved the football downfield, but they have not picked up yards very easily. By the way, Jim and I will be picking our selection of the Mid-State Federal Player of the Game in the 4th quarter. So it was an illegal motion call against Auburn.
Watch Jarvis Williams at the top of your screen coming on, taking on that big guard. He's outside shoulder containing, makes the tackle too. Nice job, Jarvis Williams. Now the field goal team's on.
From the 36-yard line, the attempt will be by Chris Johnson, so it'll be a 46-yard try. There's the snap, and his football is in the air, and it is right through the uprights as Auburn gets on the board and leads 3-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to the real.
The Auburn defensive line, the nose guard, Harold Hallman right there.
Watch the looping and the twisting. The Gators have had trouble picking that up. Gerald Williams just comes free on his loop.
And so Ray Criswell is going to have to punt away on 4th and 22 from the 26 and gets it up way high. It'll be Gaines back deep at about the 20-yard line, and he is bulldogged down at the 28-yard line as he comes back by Patrick Miller, who was down to make the tackle. So Auburn takes over the football once again, and this is, as you say, what they wanted to do. They wanted to play ball control football.
And they put pressure on Kerwin Bell. If the Gators are going to win this game, they're going to have a very successful passing afternoon. And you saw there Kerwin getting tremendous pressure because of the looping and the twisting, and the offensive line just wasn't able to pick it up, so they were forced to punt. Now Auburn's just outside their own 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Bo Jackson, and Bo Jackson swarmed under as he gets to the 29-yard line, so he might have picked up a tough yard and a half on the carry. By the way, you could win a 1986 Ford Ranger. The Sonny's Fightin' Gator truck just registered any participating Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue Florida location. You could also win a Suzuki motorbike, a Columbia bicycle, or a Toshiba Jam box, so go buy Sonny's today.
Well, we keep talking every Saturday. Don't let that tailback outside, and the Gator defense, it's even more of an important key this afternoon with that talent that Bo Jackson has.
2nd and 10 on the 29-yard line, and looking to throw is Washington. He does, and it's complete to the tight end to the 40-yard line. Jeff Parks, the big senior tight end. Leon Pennington and Curtis Stacey combining to make the hit for the Gators.
Well, every once in a while, they're going to throw that pass to keep the defense honest. In their last 3 games, Auburn has completed 5, 2, and 4 passes, so they're not the type of team that's going to complete more than 5 or 6 passes a game. But when they do, they're going to make you stay honest on defense. 1st
and 10 at the 40-yard line now for the Auburn Tigers as Pat Washington brings his team to the line. Looking at the Florida defense as they dig in. A fumble on the play. It's been recovered by Washington. Looked like just a mishandled exchange between the center and the quarterback, Pat Washington. Henry Brown, the nose guard for Florida, right there on top of the play. Big sophomore from Fort Myers. So the ball remains at the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down 10, 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play first quarter. Auburn leads 3-0.
Again, we need to realize Auburn's the #1 offense in the SEC. The Gators are the #1 defense.
Galen Hall, career record 14-0-1, unbeaten at Florida. Washington gives off to Bo Jackson. Jackson turns outside and upfield and across the midfield stripe, driven out of bounds in front of the Auburn bench. And it looks like they're going to spot it down between the 47 and the 48. Adrian White took him out.
This is the same counter sweep that Florida runs. Bo Jackson took a counter step to the left and then picks up his big lineman on the sweep to the right. Look at the big block by number 78, his big tackle out there.
He can do so many things well. So the advance was to the 48-yard line of Florida across the 50. And here you're looking at Bo Jackson. I think the only thing he hasn't done here at Auburn he hasn't sung with Michael Jackson yet. Dropping back is the quarterback, and the give-off goes to Bo Jackson, and he goes to the 43-yard line. So more yardage for Bo. Alonzo Mitz, the big senior from Fort Pierce, Florida, makes the tackle for the Fighting Gator defense.
Gain of 5.
Well, the key to any running game is getting some movement at that line of scrimmage, and right now Auburn is getting that done up front. They're getting some movement for Bo Jackson, and he's able to cut back or continue on the outside occasionally. And one play, he picks up 5 or 6 yards by accident.
Bo Jackson, 8 carries, 27 yards this afternoon. 2nd and 5, ball at the 43 in Gator territory. Again, Jackson gets the call, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Right at the 43-yard line. Scott Armstrong and Alonzo Johnson get in on him.
Well, Alonzo's going to have to maintain that All-American temperament out there this afternoon. Watch Alonzo coming from the backside. Look at that speed catching Bo Jackson. Bo had to look there for a minute because the Gators did a nice job at the point of attack, and he was looking for a hole. Alonzo caught him from the backside.
And so, with 4 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first quarter, Auburn leads 3-0. It's 3rd and 4 on the 42-yard line. Pat Washington looks to throw, throws out wide, and got his man who goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Freddie Wiggin, the sophomore, split end. He's caught 13 footballs this year for 243 yards and averages close to 20 yards every time he catches the ball. 1 for a touchdown.
Freddie Wiggin caught 32 passes last year for Auburn. They're just going to pick you apart when they get a chance. And they're doing a fine job. He's 2 for 2, Pat Washington.
1st and 10 now at the 31-yard line for the Auburn Tigers. High formation with AG as the up back, and as you say, they really have an excellent infantry. And now Washington pitches to Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson with a halfback pass out there, but it is incomplete. It was intended for Trey Gaines, and Ricky Knight was the guy that put the pressure on Bo Jackson, made him unload a little bit early, along with Curtis Stacy. Good defensive play.
That's right. Curtis Stacy had fine coverage. He wasn't fooled. Bo Jackson really just threw the ball away so he wouldn't give up the sack. That was a smart play by Bo.
So it remains at the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Auburn Tigers as they try to advance on the Gators. There you're taking a look at Knight, sophomore from Gainesville, 5'11", 172. Gives away a little in size, but a lot of smarts and a great player. The give-off goes to AG. AG off the left side. Fumble on the play. Let's see who recovered at the 22-yard line when they unpile. It's Florida's football. The Gators have recovered the football.
Well, I think somebody put a hat right on that football and popped it loose.
Jarvis
Let's see if we
Williams
get a shot. Once in a while, the fullback, AG, is going to carry that ball upside. That's Leon Pennington. Leon Pennington, big hit by the senior.
And so Florida's got the football at the 22. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. So the Gators pick up the turnover.
They need to pick up some momentum, though.
And here they are with the I formation. Kerwin Bell looks over the Auburn defense. Bell gives off to the upback. John L. Williams, he is stacked up as he hits the line of scrimmage. It's Andre Bruce, the right end, who makes the hit for the Tigers.
Auburn's just winning that battle at the line of scrimmage right now on offense and defense, and the Gators are going to have to change that. They can't let Auburn continue to stop them with 3 or 4 plays and force them to punt and give that ball back to that ball control offense.
John L. Williams, 108 attempts, 489 yards this year, 2 touchdowns, great versatile player. 2nd down and 11 now for the Gators as Kerwin Bell drops to throw. He's got the time, and he's going to unload long towards Frankie Neal, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Jimmy Warren. The right corner man intended for Frankie Neal deep on the play, and almost picked off by Auburn.
Jimmy Warren was not fooled right there. Kerwin did a nice job of laying it out there, but terrific coverage by the cornerback, number 45, Jimmy Warren. You'll see Florida use that sprint out action. They'll fake to the tailback on the sprint out. Kerwin will roll out a little bit and try to unload that one for the big gainer. It just wasn't there.
3rd down and 11. The ball on the 21-yard line. Here come the Gators. They trail 3-0. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the first quarter at Auburn. Kerwin Bell now calls for a timeout, and we'll be back with more action from Jordan-Hare Stadium. But first, let's take timeout for these messages. Now Williams falls incomplete. Williams coming out of the backfield, and Kerwin went to him on the safety valve. Edward Phillips made the tackle, or made the defensive play for Auburn. And so that means that Ray Criswell will be coming on to punt for the University of Florida. 2 punts this afternoon. 44.5 is average. The returner, Trey Gaines from Cairo, Georgia.
Well, again, great pressure from that Auburn defense on Kerwin Bell, forcing the punt.
Criswell, the senior from Orange Park, boots it high and deep. Gaines at the 31-yard line, running cross field at the 35, turns up at the 40, and brought down at the 41-yard line by Walter Bird. And Walter Bird, by the way, is the snapper. He's the long snapper, so he really came off the line in a hurry to get down to make the tackle.
Now, he's got 2 important jobs. The first job is to get that ball to Ray Criswell. Then he's got to hustle down the field and try and make a tackle. He did a nice job.
So now the Auburn Tigers once again with the football in good field position at the 42, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. That was a 13-yard return.
And real good field position for the War Eagles, just outside their own 40.
They send their motion man to the top of your screen. The give-off goes to Bo Jackson coming this way to the near side, and they take him out right in front of the Auburn bench at about the 43-yard line. Patrick Miller was the guy that took Bo Jackson out.
That's that counter sweep where you take a counter step to the left side in that instance and then run behind your big offensive lineman as they're sweeping to the right. Patrick Miller did a nice job stopping that play near the line of scrimmage.
So it's 2nd down 9. Ball at the 43-yard line for Auburn. They're trying to protect their 3-0 lead in the first quarter of play. Pat Washington looks at the Florida defense, and Washington gives off on the delayed draw to Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson comes outside here at the 47-yard line. Scott Armstrong took him out, the junior linebacker. Let's take a look at it again.
You just can't talk enough about this speed. Now, Leon Pennington has a shot at him. Watch right here on your right side. There's Leon. Look how easily he just gets outside of Leon Pennington, and Leon Pennington has fine speed for a linebacker. That Bo Jackson is a piece of work.
3rd down and 4. Ball on the 48-yard line, and Florida's defense digging in against the Tigers. Florida with a 3-down lineman. They send Middleton to the motion, and Washington pitches out to Bo Jackson as he tries to turn upfield and gets to the 35-yard line for the first down. Alonzo Johnson brings him down. Auburn's offense is designed to grind out the yardage, and that's exactly what they do. They move just like light infantry.
They get 368 yards a game on the average on the ground. Bo Jackson gets 200 yards per game by himself alone. That time they ran a little bit of an option. Got Bo Jackson way outside, and remember how dangerous he is on the outside.
Look at that statistic. Auburn 6 first downs to none for Florida. 1st and 10 now at the 46-yard line for the Tigers as they send Middleton to the top of your screen, and looking to throw is Washington. He's going high over the top, and it is way too long. Freddie Wigan was down deep. Curtis Stacy was right on him.
If Washington had to drop that ball inside a little bit, Curtis Stacy was back there by himself. The safety was up near the line of scrimmage. That's what they're trying to do, is isolate those wide receivers on the cornerbacks once in a while. Try and sneak one by them, but Curtis Stacy was there, and the ball was not thrown very well.
Washington is 2 for 3 this afternoon. It'll be 2nd down 10. The ball remaining at the 46-yard line in Florida territory as you look at Galen Hall across the way.
Brent Fullwood's in at the tailback position, number 22.
And Pat Washington gives off now to Fullwood. Fullwood off the left side, and He is across the 40 and inside the 40-yard line before Jarvis Williams brings him down. Fullwood averaging 7.6 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns this year. He's had a 70-yard run. So it'll be third down now for Auburn with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Brent Fullwood from St. Cloud, Florida.
Right down in the center of the state. They used to test race boats on Lake X there in St. Cloud. 3rd and 3. Ball on the 39. As Middleton goes to the top of the screen, and the pitch goes to Fullwood, brought down behind the line. A big play by Scott Armstrong and Jarvis Williams of the University of Florida defensive unit.
I tell you what, Jarvis Williams really did a fine job there. He made the tackle in the backfield. Looks like Auburn's going to possibly go for this one, Jim Gallagher.
It's 4th and 2, and the ball is at the 38-yard line. And here they are. They're going to go for it. Bo Jackson in at the tailback spot. Washington comes to the line. Now they drop back into the shotgun.
They did this on Florida State last year and drew Florida State off sides. Got another chance to continue their drive, went on and won the ball game. But that was a key play against the Seminoles last year. They did that obviously intentionally to get you to jump off sides.
Florida pretty well coached. They were looking for that.
Absolutely well coached. They moved a little bit, but that's a normal tendency when the guys in front of you jump on a 4th down and short yardage play. You're all tensed up anyway.
Lewis Colbert will punt for Auburn, averaging 46 yards per boot. He is leading the Southeastern Conference.
I think we just need to reaffirm that point. That was great coaching by the Florida staff, having the Gators prepared for that play.
Waiting for the snap now is Colbert at the 38, and the teal will be deep for Florida. Colbert boots it, looking for the corner. And it will go into the end zone, so it'll come out to the 20-yard line, and the Gators take over the football. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Florida.
Lewis Colbert is actually leading the Southeastern Conference, right, Jim Gallagher? And
yes.
Ray Criswell is number 3 in the conference. 2 tremendous young punters on the field this afternoon.
Excellent. Criswell rated as the #1 prospect for the Pro Scouts. One of the things that they, as you very well know, having been with the Lions for 10 years, look for is that hang time, and that's something that he's really got.
The Gator offense needs to take control of that line of scrimmage right now.
Kerwin Bell, 0 for 4 so far this afternoon. Neil the motion man, 21, as Bell hands off to the tailback, and that would be Neil Anderson across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Russ Carricker, sophomore strong side linebacker, brings him down for Auburn. That's Pat Washington. He's talking to upstairs.
And they got to be pleased with their offensive production here in the first quarter as we wind down to 24 seconds left to go in this first quarter here at Auburn.
Auburn leads the football game 3-0. It's 2nd down and 4 at the 26-yard line for the Gators. They're in the eye, and Bell's give off again goes to Anderson, stripped up behind the line at the 25-yard line. And Auburn's defense very alert. Let's take a look at it one more time.
Number 94 at the nose. Nice play by Harold Hallman, their real small nose guard. He's only 5'11", but he had that low center of gravity, and he was able to sneak right through his gap and make the tackle. A nice play.
He's submarined in, as they say.
He's a submarine anyway, isn't he, at 5'11"?
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Auburn 3 and Florida 0, and we'll be back with the second quarter right after these messages. And Cliff Hare, a pioneer in athletics at Auburn. Kerwin Bell at the line, looks over the Auburn defense. 4 men up front. Kerwin Bell gives off to Neil Anderson across the 30 to the 31-yard line. He's got the first down. Senior from Graceville, Florida, Russ Carricker, the strong side linebacker, makes the tackle for Auburn.
Now that's the Gators' first down this afternoon, and they changed it up a little bit on Auburn. Auburn was going to blitz and tee off on that passing game. They handed the ball to the tailback. He came up with a big first down. Now they need to put 2 or 3 first downs together.
Nice block by David Williams, the strong tackle, the freshman from Lakeland, Florida, at 6'5", 295. Good size up front for the Gators. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Gators at the 31-yard line. Here comes Kerwin Bell as he looks over the Auburn defense. Auburn with 3 down linemen. And Bell calls a timeout. So we'll be back with more, but first, these messages. Second quarter action. Auburn leads 3-0. Kerwin Bell with Neal, Ray McDonald, the motion man. The give-off goes to Neil Anderson off the left side. He's across the 40, and he's inside or across the 45-yard line to the 46. There's a flag on the play. Phillips and Carricker combine. It looks like a penalty may be coming up. A face mask penalty coming up against Auburn.
I see Jeff Zimmerman on the pole, John L. Williams, Earl Hyatt blocking up front. Neil Anderson just hits that little bit of daylight and then gets tackled by the face mask violation, and it's another penalty added onto that. Nice gain by Neil Anderson. That's what the Gators need to do, is show Auburn that, hey, guys, we can run the football, too.
It's first down and 10 now for the Gators with the football at the 49-yard line of Auburn. A split backfield behind Kerwin Bell. Now they go with a slot, and Anderson is the slot back. Bell out in the flat. He's got Ray McDonald. McDonald out of bounds on the near side at the 37-yard line by Arthur Johnson, who takes him out, the strong safety. So they go with a short pass out in the flat, and it works to Ray McDonald as the Gators pick up another first down.
Well, they say if you're going to give us a little bit of a cushion out there, we'll take it. Kevin Porter comes up to make the hit along with number 40, Arthur Johnson. That was a nice first down by the Gators. Ray McDonald on the reception. At the 37-yard line, and McDonald the motion man again as Kerwin Bell hands to Neil Anderson, who cuts inside and goes to the 33-yard line before Harold Hallman brings him down, the senior nose guard. So the Gators moving the football now with authority. Yeah, and they need to do that. You know, actually being behind 3-0, they were totally outplayed in the first quarter. Auburn only has 3 points to show for it. The Gator defense actually did a nice job holding Auburn to only 3 points.
We're just into the second quarter, 13 minutes and 25 seconds to play in this second period of action. Slot offense off to the left side, and now a motion man, and the give-off goes to John L. Williams, trying to turn outside, but he's dragged down as he gets inside the 30 to the 28-yard line by Russ Carricker. John L. Williams, the senior fullback from Palatka, taken out of bounds. Ball will be on the 29-yard line. And Pat Dye's career record, 94 and 38. At Auburn, 40 and 15, 3 straight bowls.
Pat Dye was a senior at Georgia in '62 when Galen Hall was a senior at Penn State.
3rd and 2 at the 29-yard line now for the Gators. Neil the motion man, 21. Kerwin Bell gives off to Anderson. I don't think he's got it. He's across the 30, but I don't think he's got it. Gerald Williams and Tracy Rocker make the hit. So that's going to bring on Jeff Dawson to try the field goal, and the line of scrimmage will be the 30. Criswell will hold. The snap will come from Walter Bird. The kick is going to come from the 37-yard line. So it'll be a 47-yard attempt as Jeff Dawson from Lantana, Florida will attempt it, and it'll be tough because it's from the hash mark. He boots it, and it is going to be short and off to the side. No good. So the score remains Auburn 3 and Florida nothing with 12 minutes to play in the second period at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Looked like he just didn't get his foot into the ball properly right there, but you're going to miss those once in a while. The good news is that the Gator offense, I think, should have some confidence now that they can move the ball. They had some nice runs in that series.
Florida tips off the 85-86 basketball season with an exhibition game on November 11th against Athletes in Action. The regular season starts on November 26th against Central Florida. Contact the Gator ticket office for additional information. 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Auburn Tigers. The pitch is going to go to Bo Jackson, and he is brought down as he hits the 30-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Arthur White, the sophomore inside linebacker from Frostproof.
All right, we're talking about movement at the line of scrimmage. The Gators did not allow that. Actually, they penetrated across the line of scrimmage themselves. Bo Jackson was tackled near the line of scrimmage. That was a nice play by the guys up front on that Gator defense.
Well, the defense has been ready to play. They are exactly ready for what Auburn does. Bo is 13 for 40 this afternoon. 2nd and 10. The ball at the 30-yard line. Again, Jackson gets the call. He goes straight up the middle and bowls his way to the 35-yard line, or close to it, between the 34 and the 35, before he's brought down by Henry Brown, the big sophomore middle guard from Fort Myers.
Also, Alonzo Mitz is in the ball game, number 62. Don Tinney's getting to play some now, number 60.
It's 3rd and 5 now for Auburn, so here's Florida's defense going to try to stop them.
Standing room only today, isn't it?
Great crowd here. This is a great college football game. It's drawn a lot of attention. Writers and broadcasters from all over the country here to cover it. Washington, chance the signals. Washington, busted play as he's taken down at the 35 by Alonzo Mitz. Great defensive play by Mitz, and that means that the ball is going to go over as Auburn will have to kick it away.
All right, they're trying to run that option. Bo Jackson runs away from his quarterback after he sees him try to sneak to the line of scrimmage. Pat Washington really didn't look at Bo Jackson on the pitch right there. That's the first time I think they forced Auburn for 3 plays and out.
Waiting for the snap is Lewis Colbert, the punter. He's standing at the 20. The line of scrimmage is the 35. Situation is 4th and 5, and he will be booting it away. And he kicks it up high. It gets way up in the air. Ricky Natillo with a fair catch at the 26-yard line. Great sure hands, and it's certainly got to be a comfort to Galen Hall to have Natillo back there catching footballs.
Yeah, a lot of confidence in Ricky Natillo. He did a nice job right there. He waited to the last minute to signal for that fair catch. He wanted to go for it, but he realized that was a wise decision to make.
The winning attitude starts with individual performance combined with a strong team morale. Mid-State Federal Savings and Loan admires the spirit and is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Most Valuable Player of the Game Award, which will be announced at the conclusion of today's game. Mid-State Federal, Florida's full-service financial center. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for Florida. Motion man would be Frankie Neal, and Kerwin Bell looking to throw, does, and it is incomplete. Intended for Neal, and it was tipped up by Arthur Johnson, a strong safety. Neal, the junior from Okeechobee, Florida, out in the flat.
Kerwin Bell was just not able to loft that ball over the head there, and was tipped away at the last second. Arthur Johnson is able to get his hands up. Watch Kerwin just try and loft it out there, but Arthur Johnson makes a nice left-handed stab at it and prevents Frankie Neal from making the reception. 2nd and 10, ball remaining at the 26-yard line for the Gators. A split backfield behind Kerwin Bell with a slot offense. Slot man comes to the near side, and Bell again looks to throw, being chased way back there out in the flat to Neal Anderson. Can't hang on to it, goes as incomplete. So the Auburn defense really played tough that time. That was Russ Carricker, 47, that was right there on Neal Anderson. Now, they only had a 3-man rush right there, and you can't let a 3-man rush put pressure on your quarterback. Tracy Rocker, number 74, gave Earl Hyatt a lot of problems right there. You can't let 3 men put pressure on your quarterback.
3rd down 10 at the 26-yard line now for the Florida Gators. Slot offense, it would be Neal as the slot, and Neal Anderson is the wideout to the left side, the top of your screen, and dropping the throw is Kerwin Bell. He's looking long and throws it long. It's intended for Frankie Neal, goes as incomplete. Good coverage by Auburn's Jimmy Warren, number 45, who was matching Neal stride for stride as they went deep. So that brings on Ray Criswell again. Florida's going to have to kick away on 4th and 10 at their 26-yard line. 9:39 to play in the first half. Auburn leads 3-0.
And Kerwin Bell took a big hit on that 3rd down play. They're going to have to just protect a little bit better.
Criswell gets it off. It's going to go deep. Trey Gaines will take it at the 21-yard line. He's at the 25, across the 30, and knocked out of bounds in front of the Auburn bench at the 36-yard line. Taking him out, Patrick Miller.
Well, both teams are playing each other between the 30-yard lines, aren't they? They're just going back and forth, back and forth. Neither one of them has really made a touchdown threatening penetration yet.
Like 2 big heavyweight fighters just punching each other in the opening rounds.
And I think the Auburn heavyweight has the advantage right now, and the Gators know that, but they have gotten some confidence back, and they need to establish themselves on offense like Auburn has.
1st and 10 at the 35 for the Tigers of Auburn. I formation, AGZ up back, and dropping the throw is Washington. Looks out in the flat, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Trey Gaines running a post, and he was hit hard by Adrian White. A flag on the play. They may think that White may have got there a little bit early, pass interference, and it's going to go against the Florida Gators. Let's take a look at it.
Close play. They run the sprint out, fake that run to the tailback. Washington looks down for Gaines, and watch Adrian White come up to make the hit just an instant early. That was a proper call, just an instant early on Adrian White's part.
And it's tough for a defensive back to time it exactly right, too. He wants to make sure he makes the hit. 1st and 10, the ball is right at the 50-yard line as the Tigers come out of the huddle. They're up 3-0. Florida digs in defensively. Again, Washington to throw, and he's going to go high looking for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Way long. Freddie Wagan was deep for the Tigers. Ricky Knight was right with him, along with Adrian White. So Florida's deep backs were giving good coverage on that play.
Yeah, I don't know that Auburn's not getting a little greedy right here. They've been able to move the ball rather easily, or at least consistently with their running game. And you see now they're backing themselves into a long distance situation. It's going to be second and 10. Ricky Knight did a fine job on the coverage right there. I think you're going to see them go back to their basics here pretty quick.
2nd and 10. Ball on the midfield stripe, right at the 50-yard line for Auburn. And Auburn pitches to Bo Jackson. He comes to the left side, comes across the midfield stripe into Florida territory to about the 47. And Leon Pennington and Alonzo Johnson combine to make the tackle.
Johnson and Armstrong on the stop.
Bo Jackson's taking himself out of the ball game. I don't know if he's got an injury problem or not, but Brent Fullwood's in there right now, and usually don't take yourself out unless you got some physical problems that you just can't solve.
3rd down and 7. The ball on the 47-yard line now in Florida territory for Auburn as Washington, the quarterback, looks over Florida. He drops the throw, and he's under some pressure brought down behind the line. Alonzo Johnson in there to bring him down at the 48-yard line.
Well, Alonzo Johnson just did a terrific job right there. He contained on his blitz. He was watching Patrick Washington's movements and then just made a quick dive for the ankle and was able to knock the quarterback down for the loss.
So we see Lewis Colbert once again in a punt formation. 4th and 11 at the 49 is the situation. He's waiting for the snap at the 35. Colbert boots it high. It's a little wobbly, and it comes out of bounds here on the near side at the 13-yard line. So Colbert has done his job for Auburn, and Florida takes over the football at the 13. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Gators. That was a 37-yard boot by Lewis Colbert. 7 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the second quarter, and Auburn is leading Florida 3-0. Galen Hall, head coach at the University of Florida.
Galen does a job on those fingernails. I don't think he's got any fingernails left.
None whatsoever. Kerwin Bell sends Ray McDonald in motion. And his give goes to Neil Anderson as Anderson tries to turn outside and does, and turns upfield and is driven out of bounds at the 18-yard line by Jimmy Warren. So a 5-yard pickup on that play by Neil Anderson.
Well, Neil looks like he's disappointed that maybe he hurt himself again.
7-4 at the 19.
He's taking himself out of the game for a moment.
So Anthony Williams, a sophomore from Tampa, Florida, checks in. And that will mean that John L. Williams will move to the tailback spot, and Anthony Williams will be the upback. Kerwin Bell with the I formation. Give off goes to John L. Williams, and John L. Williams gets the first down as he gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Edward Phillips and Jimmy Warren make the tackle.
Oh, just a tremendous hit up front by Anthony Williams, the fullback. Watch the movement at the line of scrimmage by Zimmerman and Anthony Williams. Boom! Look at Jimmy Davis in there making that hole. Nice job of those three guys. They really opened a hole for John L. on that play.
A first down now for the Gators at the 27-yard line. John L. 3 for 11 this afternoon, but that was a big carry. And Anthony Williams remaining at the up back spot. Ray McDonald coming in motion to the bottom of your screen. And here's Kerwin Bell, looks to throw, and does, and it's complete to the 40-yard line to Ricky Natil. Another first down for the Gators.
Guess what happens when Kerwin Bell gets a little time? He can find the receiver and he can deliver it right on the money. That time the Gators wisely chose to roll Kerwin out a little bit. Let him pick up a little bit more time. See him on the sprint out. Now watch him roll out. Jack Gerzina had logged his man inside. Kerwin was able to get outside and hit Ricky Natil.
They spot it at the 41. It's 1st and 10 now for the Gators. And Neil Anderson, back in the football game, gets the call as he leaps forward to near the 45. Nice carry by Neil. Russ Carricker brings him down for Auburn. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half, and Auburn leads by a score of 3-0. Kerwin Bell ranks 2nd in the nation and 1st in the SEC in passing efficiency.
Now the Gators have done a nice job of getting out of that hole, right? They were back inside their 15-yard line. Now they're out near the 45.
2nd and 7 for Florida as they drive on Auburn. They're still on their side of the 50. Kerwin Bell out in the flat. He's got Natil again, and Natil down inside the 45 to the 43. Kevin Porter, sophomore cornerman, makes the hit for Auburn. So the Gators with another first down, and this is what they've been wanting to do all afternoon, to mount one of these sustained drives.
Well, they're giving Kerwin a little bit of protection. Ricky Natil gets a cheap 6 or 7 yards because Kevin Porter's just giving him too much room there. They're going to have to move Kevin Porter up near that line of scrimmage, or the Gators will continue to go to that play.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line in Auburn territory now for the Gators, and Neil Anderson gets the call and goes to the 40-yard line. Brought down by Harold Hallman and Gerald Williams. So the Gators on the march right now.
Well, we talked about the Gators being number 1 in the Southeastern Conference in defense. Auburn's number 2. That's why you're seeing, as we mentioned before, 2 heavyweight powers out there this afternoon duking it out.
2nd down 8, ball on the 41-yard line for the Gators. They're trailing 3-0, 5:24 to play in the first half. Frankie Neal splits to the left to the top of your screen. Brett Wickman to the bottom of your screen as Kerwin Bell looks at the Auburn defense. Bell to throw, rolls. He's looking out there, can't find anybody open. Throws a quick one now to Neil Anderson, who's drilled as he touches the ball right at the 40. And Pat Thomas makes the hit. Number 41.
Well, that was a major league hit, wasn't it, Pat Thomas?
I could feel that one all the way up here.
Kerwin's trying to get to Rodney Jones, C87 in the flat. He's trying to hit his flanker, Frankie Neal, down the field, but he just doesn't have the time. Again, he throws back to the safety valve. Watch the hit. Oh, my goodness.
I felt that one all the way up here. 4 minutes and 35 seconds in the first half. Auburn 3, Florida nothing. 3rd and 7, ball on the 40. Kerwin Bell, chance to signals against the Tigers. Bell's looking, unloads a quick one. He's got Neil Anderson. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. He's inside the 20. He cuts back. He's inside the 15 and inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Tom Powell, the free safety, makes the tackle for Auburn.
Oh, goodness gracious. Didn't look like that knee was bothering him there, thank goodness. All right, watch Frank McCarthy pick up the blitz right here. Way to go, Frank. That gives Kerwin Bell a little more time to pick out Neil Anderson on a drag route, crossing route. Boy, those crossing routes, when the quarterback has a chance to find you, are very dangerous to any defense.
30 yards, the gain. 1st and goal on the 9 for the Gators. Kerwin Bell with his club at the line. Auburn's defense trying to get tough. Give off goes to John L. Williams inside the 5-yard line. John L. Williams with a carry. They spotted at the 5. Gerald Williams makes the tackle.
Well, there's a lot of talent right there. He didn't get much help. The end makes a quick force. John L. has to cut back, does a couple of dipsy-doos, and still picks up 3 or 4 yards.
It's 2nd down and 5 at the 5. 2nd and goal at the 5. Anthony Williams is now in the football game as the up-back, John L. Williams, is at the top of the eye. Kerwin Bell, chance to signals for Florida. The give-off is to John L. Williams to the 3. Brought down by Gerald Robinson for Auburn. Oh, yes, now here's the big down. 3rd and 3. 3rd and goal at the 3.
Now, both these offenses know how to put points on the board. Auburn comes into this game averaging over 30 points a game. Florida comes into this game averaging over 30 points a game. They know how to get in that end zone. This is going to be a big play for that Gator offense.
Well, here they come. It looks like they've got the 2 tight ends in. 2 tight ends, Kerwin Bell. 3rd and goal at the 3. Bell looks over Auburn's defense. Bell to throw, throws a quick one. Touchdown Gators, Ray McDonald. Ray McDonald right under the post. Catches the football. Great catch by McDonald. Great block by David Williams, the freshman strong tackle.
All right, watch David Williams. Watch Jimmy Davis, John L. Williams, all those guys doing a fine job up front.
All right, so the Gators now lead at 6-3. Try for the extra point. Criswell will hold. Dawson will attempt it. Dawson boots it, and it's through. And the score, Florida 7, Auburn 3. We'll be right back. For Florida, and it bounces, and it's picked up by Auburn at the 5. He's across the 10. He's upfield and across the 30-yard line, still on his feet and fighting forward to the 42-yard line is Kyle Collins, number 23. Well, Francis Squibb kicked it a little bit, I think, looking for them to perhaps fumble the football, but it didn't work out too well, as it was a great return.
Here's a replay of the touchdown. Watch John L. Williams pick up the blitz on number 40 right there. Arthur Johnson allowing Kerwin to find Ray McDonald near the goalpost.
That was a 36-yard return for Auburn. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line, and the give-off goes to Bo Jackson, and he rips up the middle and across the midfield stripe. Check that. Not Bo Jackson on the carry, but it was Brent Fullwood, 22. And it is Jarvis Williams and Ricky Knight combining to make the tackle for the University of Florida Gators.
And we don't know about Bo Jackson right now, but Brent Fullwood is in a tailback.
11 plays, 87 yards, 5:18 possession time. Ray McDonald catches the pass from Kerwin Bell. The extra point by Jeff Dawson is good. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Of course, Auburn's not afraid to play Brent Fullwood. He's a senior and done a great job for him.
Washington out in the flat, and it is incomplete. Intended for Wiegand, and he was a little bit low. Curtis Stacy was the coverage man for the University of Florida. So Florida leading the football game now 7-3 with less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. And Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue has a great offer. You get a free Gator Coca-Cola collector's bottle with a purchase of any barbecue plate and a Coke. Available while supplies last at participating Sonny's Florida locations. Commemorate the 84 Gators with a Coca-Cola collector's bottle at Sonny's Barbecue. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line in Florida territory for Auburn. Washington gives off, and he gives off to the tailback, Brent Fullwood, straight up the middle. Goes to about the 42-yard line. Leon Pennington, the inside linebacker, a senior from Fort Lauderdale, makes the hit.
Brent Fullwood, even though he does alternate with Bo Jackson, enters the game as the number 2 ground gainer for the War Eagles. 417 yards, 7.6 per carry.
We'll be right back with more, but first, these messages. As he is brought down at the 47. Let's take a look at
Jim,
it.
this is a little different formation. They have 3 wideouts in on offense. They tried to sneak a screen or a quick screen in the flat. It just didn't work. That Gator defense swarmed to the ball. That was a big defensive stand by the University of Florida, especially after their offense was able to put 7 on the board.
Lewis Colbert will kick on 4th and 6 at the 43 for Auburn, averaging 41.5 per boot this afternoon. Ricky Nattiel is average coming in 8.8 yards per return on punt returns, and he leads the Southeastern Conference. Now suddenly we've got a timeout on the field. Well, there's a minute left to play in the first half, and the Gators have taken a 7-3 lead on Auburn, and they came back with a strong drive. They were down 6-0 in first downs, and suddenly they made 6 first downs in a row.
That was an 87-yard drive. I think, again, we mentioned that offense needs to get some confidence. They certainly got it on that powerful drive. The defense has been playing well out here this afternoon. They've been containing Auburn, but they've been on the field quite a bit. Look at this, Auburn 102. That's not unusual, though. That's how Auburn usually does it, on the ground.
And Florida 54. So it's 4th and 11 as they will kick away, and Colbert waits for the snap. Colbert boots it. It's going to go high and be a little bit short. and hits down and rolls just inside the 20 and down between the 16 and 17-yard line before it is blown dead. And making the touchdown, or downing it for Auburn, was Shan Morris. By the way, the 15th annual Gator Golf Day will be held Friday, November 15th, the day before the Kentucky game, at the University Golf Course. Former Gator greats who have been invited include Andy Bean, Gary Koch, Steve Melnick, Andy North, and Bob Murphy. The entry fee is a tax-deductible $325 contribution to Gator Boosters Incorporated. Over $30,000 in prizes to be awarded. For more information on Gator Golf Day, contact the Gator Booster Office. First and 10 at the 17.
35-yard punt.
Waiting for the snap is Kerwin Bell. He gives off to John L. Williams.
Oh!
He's across the 30, the 35, across the 40, and ripping across the 45-yard line to the 47. With 37 seconds to play in the first half, Ray Corrin makes the tackle.
Now the Gators are in their hurry-up offense now that they got something out of that play. They think they got a shot at a field goal, possibly. The clock stops with the first down.
It's first and 10 at the 46-yard line for the Gators. Split backfield behind Bell. Bell looking, being pressed and brought down way behind the line at the 35-yard line by Tracy Rocker. First guy in to get him for Auburn, number 74, and Gerald Williams, 98. So a big loss on the play for the Florida Gators. Let's take a look at John L's run.
Well, the Gators were backed up inside their own territory. There's that counter sweep. John L. just cuts up through the middle.
Second down, 21.
Gets out near that 50-yard line. Then Kerwin has to take the sack.
That's the end of the first half. At the end of the first half, the score, the University of Florida Gators 7 and the Auburn Tigers 3 at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. Been a first half that's mostly been dominated by the two defenses.
Yeah, both teams have stayed pretty much between the 30-yard lines. Auburn took control of the game early. They really did have control of the game. The University of Florida came back and controlled the second quarter. Both teams have established a respect with their opponent. The second half is going to be real exciting. I think the Gators need to get that ball in the air and be out of the end zone. That's a big play.
Well, the young freshman really put a lot of leg into that one, and so it'll be first and 10 now for the Auburn Tigers at the 20-yard line as we begin the second half.
Look at these stats. Total offense, 145 for the Gators, 122 for Auburn. You know, you come into this ball game, you got two powerhouses on offense. You can't believe the defenses can actually have that much success containing the opponent's offense.
High formation, and the give-off goes to the up-back as he hits to the 22. Tommy Agee was the ball carrier. Patrick Miller and Jeff Roth combining to make the stop. Flags on that play. Somebody jumped from Auburn. And we'll take a look at some of the first half statistics now in just a moment. Rushing wise for the Gators 72, for Auburn 102. Passing for Florida 73, for Auburn 120. Total offense for the Gators 145, for Auburn 122. Been a pretty clean football game. 1 for 15 penalty wise against Florida, 3 for 15 against Auburn. First and 15 at the 15-yard line now for the Auburn Tigers as the give-off goes to the outside ball carrier Fullwood, and he gets across the 20 and fumbles the ball out of bounds on the near side at the 22-yard line. Jarvis Williams making the hit for Florida. That was Brent Fullwood, the senior from St. Cloud, Florida, carrying the football.
A little counter step and then sweep to the outside right there. This Brent Fullwood's a fine back. He's a senior. He's alternated with Bo Jackson throughout his career. Auburn has a stable of fine running backs. You don't average 360 yards rushing the game, rushing per game without a lot of quality at that running back position.
All right, Bo Jackson not in the football game. It's 2nd and 8 as Washington gives to Fullwood straight up the middle and to the 29-yard line before Scott Armstrong takes him down. Fullwood, a strong inside runner. Number 22.
Well, you can be a strong inside runner when you get movement at that line of scrimmage, and that's what the big guys from Auburn did right there.
We get the word now that Bo Jackson has a problem with his finger, and he is not on the sidelines.
Well, I just had a problem with a cookie in my throat. I didn't finish my halftime cookie in time.
The press box food was great.
I'm the real cookie monster.
3rd and 1. Power I, and the give-off goes to Agee, and it looks like he's got it. Keith Williams, the right tackle, makes the stop. So Tommy Agee picks up the first down for the Auburn Tigers, and Lott and Wallace making good blocks there on the left side of the line for the Tigers of Auburn. In the first half, Agee 3 carries for 20 yards.
Auburn as a team got 106 yards rushing in that first half.
Ball on the 32-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Florida leading 7-3. Washington looks to throw under some pressure, and he's got his man at the 45-yard line. That would be Ron Middleton, the senior tight end, who makes the catch at the 45-yard line. Another first down for Auburn. As you say, they don't throw very much, but they throw the little short stuff out, but they do well with it.
Well, Ron Middleton plays that H-back position. He's the second tight end in the ball game. He and Parks are 2 fine tight ends, and they'll get down there and catch that 7 or 8 yarder when the opportunity arises. 1st
and 10 at the 45-yard line. The give-off now goes to Fullwood, and he is taken down at the 43-yard line by Leon Pennington. Florida defense playing real tough.
Big play by Alonzo Johnson on the left of your screen. Look at 93 take on Agee, the fullback. Agee looked like he tackled him there, literally. Leon Pennington gets over and fills the hole with Jarvis Williams, Adrian White.
It'll be 2nd and 10, and here's Bo Jackson coming back on the field. Rushing this afternoon, Jackson's got 48 yards, and he's tied with Neil Anderson and John L. Williams of Florida with 46. Ball at the 45, and the give-off goes to the up-back, Tommy Agee, and he gets a couple of tough yards for the Auburn Tigers. Keith Williams, a right tackle from Milton, Florida, makes the hit for the Gators.
Now, 3rd down's always a problem for Auburn, and when you got 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, because they don't throw the ball that effectively, but they've done rather well this afternoon when they have chosen to pass the ball.
3rd and 7 at the 48-yard line. I formation. As Pat Washington chants the signals, Washington looks to throw, throws out in the flat, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Ron Middleton, 87. Patrick Miller was a good pressure man defensively, along with Alonzo Johnson for the University of Florida. 12 minutes, 4 seconds to play 3rd quarter. Florida 7, Auburn 3.
Well, we pointed out how important that kickoff was. You made Auburn start at the 20. They were able to put a first down together, get the ball outside their 45-yard line, but then the Gators were able to rise and stop them right there.
Lewis Colbert waiting on the snap. It'll come from the 48-yard line. He's standing on the 33 as he waits for the snap. Leading punter in the Southeastern Conference. Kicks it way high, and Ricky Nattil calls for it to go, and it is stopped right at the goal line.
No.
At the goal line.
No, look where the ball is. It's
inside the goal.
One of the referees was signaling it's on the 1.
And somebody else signaled it was inside.
That was just a clumsy play by the Auburn specialty teams. They had that ball on the 1-yard line, but they just sloppily knocked it into the end zone. You can't be sloppy. That's a critical play.
52-yard kick, and so it comes out to the 20.
Yeah, one of the referees was signaling it was dead at the 1, but as we mentioned, that ball's laid in the end zone. There's no way that's not a safe ball.
So the Gators...
a touchback.
Touchback. That's it.
Touchback, you bring it out to the 20.
6 for 13. Kerwin Bell, 73 yards this afternoon. 1st and 10 at the 20. A touchdown pass to Ray McDonald, who is your motion man, to the bottom of your screen. The give-off is going to go to Neil Anderson, turning outside, and comes out of bounds on the near side at the 24-yard line. So Kevin Porter takes him out. It'll be 2nd down, 6, coming back for the Gators.
Jack Gerzina doing a nice job at his tackle position. Jack Gerzina's been injured the last couple of weeks, but he's playing well out there this afternoon.
There's Galen Hall, and it's an interesting coaching matchup. He is 14-0-1, which is the Southeastern Conference record for a first-time coach. Neil Anderson, 12 carries for 50 yards. By the way, Galen is 1-0 against Auburn and 1-0 against Pat Dye. 2nd and 6. As Neil Anderson again takes the pitch and turns up inside, and he may have the first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Pat Thomas, the right end, makes the tackle defensively, and Jimmy Davis, the quick guard. Good block for Florida.
This is the running game we were looking for in the first quarter that didn't exist. Look at Jeff Zimmerman, Jimmy Davis, David Williams, John L. Williams, all doing a nice job. Tremendous hole right there. That's the running game that we've seen before that we know Florida's capable of producing.
1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Here are the Gators now with another first down. Split backfield behind Kerwin Bell. Now Anderson goes to a slot off to the right side. And Kerwin Bell pump fakes and now goes looking to go over the top, and it goes way long. Ricky Nattiel was the intended receiver out along the sideline. Good coverage by Auburn by Tom Powell, the free safety.
And Kevin Porter doing a nice job knocking Ray McDonald out of his pass pattern. Kerwin pumped at him, and Ray McDonald tried to turn up the field, but Kevin Porter, the corner, knocked Ray McDonald out of bounds, and there was no possibility of completing that pass.
Well, Jim, so far it looks like Neil Anderson is in strong running for my vote as the Mid-State Federal Player of the game. Waiting for the snap now will be Kerwin Bell on 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line as McDonald, number 9, comes across your screen. And here is Neil Anderson. And Neil Anderson comes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Pat Thomas takes him out. Big senior right end from Mobile, Alabama.
Pat Thomas did a fine job right there. He wouldn't let the running back get outside of him, forced Neil Anderson inside, made the tackle himself.
3rd down coming up, 9 yards to go. The Florida Gators, very difficult schedule. Next week in the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, it'll be Georgia and the Gators. 3rd and 9 for Kerwin Bell and the Florida Gators. Kerwin Bell on the delayed draw. John L. Williams up and across and out of bounds on the near side as he comes out at about the 38-yard line. Tom Powell, the free safety, took him out.
And it's going to be a close mark for that first down.
Doesn't look like it's going to be the first down because here comes the Gator punting unit on as Ray Criswell comes across the field. Averaging 48 yards per boot with a 54-yarder so far this afternoon. 4th and 1 at the 39. Nobody's going to take any big chances in this ball game. There's a lot riding on it for both ball clubs. Ray Criswell, Orange Park, Florida, gets that one way high, and Trey Gaines takes it down at the 21-yard line. He's across the 25 to the 26 before he's hit and brought down.
Well, in any defensive battle, your punters are a real weapon, and Criswell has done a nice job again this afternoon.
That was a 39-yard kick, but it was way high, and there was a short return, and that's exactly what you're looking for in your kicking game. And, you know, before the season, when Galen Hall met with the media in Gainesville, he talked about the fact that he feels that the kicking game is equally as important as either the offense or the defense.
Oh, you better believe it.
1st and 10, ball on the 28-yard line as Washington gives off to the up-back Tommy Agee, and he tries it right up the gut across the 30 to the 31. Alonzo Johnson makes the tackle.
They just give the ball to the fullback once in a while on that quick dive to keep you from teeing off on the tailback. The tailback's going to carry the ball 30 or 35 times a game for Auburn. Once in a while, they'll slip it to that fullback on a quick dive.
We get the word that Bo Jackson has a bruised thigh, and he's uncertain for the remainder of this game.
That's the injury I think he had at Tennessee.
And the pitch back goes to the trailing back, and he's brought down way behind the line. Brett Fullwood brought down by Leon Pennington, who blitzed in there. And Don Tinney, big senior right tackle. Here's Bo. First quarter, 12 for 40. Second quarter, 3 for 8. The Florida defense doing an excellent job containing him on a guy that was getting 200 yards a game.
Watch Don Tinney. Boom. Face mask to face mask. Leon Pennington kissing on the lips right there. That's what you want to do as a linebacker. Meet him nose to nose, eyeball to eyeball.
I don't think he said anything nice to him, though. 3rd and 6. Ball on the 32-yard line now for Auburn as Florida's defense puts the pressure on the Tigers. Washington to throw, looking for somebody out there. He's got his tight end brought down at the 35-yard line, Ron Middleton. And Leon Pennington and Jarvis Williams.
4th down. I don't think he made it.
Looks like he didn't, because here comes the special teams unit on for both squads. And that will drop Ricky Nattiel back deep for the University of Florida, and Lewis Colbert will be kicking away for Auburn.
Colbert's that leading punter in the Southeastern Conference. The Gators are proud of Ray Criswell, but Colbert leads the Southeastern Conference, and he's really done a nice job this afternoon as well.
He gets that one off high. Natil will wait for it at the 26-yard line. Comes across field, brought down at the 25 as he was coming back going across field, and brought down by one of Auburn's special teams men, number 20, Shan Morris. And Morris got to give him a lot of credit.
Shan Morris is the son of Larry Morris, who was an all-star player with the Chicago Bears when Bobby Joe Green was a Bear.
38-yard boot. Well, his dad must have given him some speed because he really got down there. 1st and 10 for the Gators at the 25-yard line. The up back would be John L. Williams and Neil Anderson. That's the eye. Neil Anderson gets the call and goes to the 31-yard line, or rather the 29-yard line, before Russ Carricker makes the hit.
Well, no one can be too comfortable in this ball game right now. That game is very much in doubt, and you just can't get out there and kind of lull yourself to sleep. You got to go out there and think points every time you're on the field in terms of what that offense is thinking in the huddle. The Gators have to, again, establish another drive right here.
8 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Florida leads it 7-3 as Kerwin Bell drops back. He's looking, throws out in the flat, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Auburn. Intended for Frankie Neal, and Jimmy Warren, the right corner man, almost picked it off.
Oh my goodness, that would have been a waltz and a dance right into the end zone.
We're talking 6 points had he picked that off. So that brings up third down for the Gators. 7 yards to go.
Good protection up front. Kerwin throws it out in the flat, and oh my goodness, that could have been 6.
Now the Gators, that's Jimmy Warren who almost made the interception. Now the Gators go with a slot offense. Neal the slot back to the left side. Kerwin Bell's give-off goes to Neil Anderson, and Anderson goes to the 38-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. Tom Powell, the free safety, is the guy that makes the tackle for Auburn. And so now Florida will have to kick away.
I think you're seeing 2 strong defenses handle 2 strong offenses. That's all there is to it. Both defenses are just doing a job on the opponent tonight.
This has been a great football game. That's Trey Gaines. He is the return man for the Auburn University Tigers, and waiting for the snap is Ray Criswell, and he gets it off, and does it go high? It's going to go way back, and Gaines takes it at the 19. He's across the 25 and brought down at the 27-yard line by Anthony Williams.
Boy, this Gaines has got a lot of guts. He doesn't blink at all when he catches that punt. And what I like about him, he goes right up the gut. He's going to get 8, 10, whatever he can get. He doesn't get back there and dance around.
He goes straight ahead. By the way, that was a 48-yard boot by Mr. Criswell. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Auburn Tigers with 7 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the third quarter. And the Gators sitting up on a 7-3 lead. Pat Washington is the quarterback. He puts a man in motion, and Washington gives off now to the tailback, Brent Fullwood, and Fullwood across the 30 to the 32. Leon Pennington makes the tackle. The whole defense just swarmed him under. Bringing up 2nd down. At the 32-yard line, 7 yards to go, a 3-yard pickup. Albert the Alligator.
Albert looks like he's got a War Eagle there for a snack.
Albert has a great time.
He's already plucked that particular War Eagle.
Well, the seconds drop off here in the third quarter as Auburn with their eye. 2nd and 7. Washington to pass. Looking, throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Jeff Parks, the tight end. Leon Pennington, defensively, putting the pressure on for the Gators.
Well, you see Pat Washington having a problem throwing the ball. It looked like it just slipped out of his hand. He's holding his hand right there. Perhaps he's got a jam finger or something, but he just had no control on that particular pass.
Might mention it's still pretty chilly here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. We can feel it because we're under an overhang, but we're outside.
By our Floridian standards, it's very chilly, that's for sure.
And there's Pat Dye, just a moment ago, head coach at Auburn. On third down, Washington looks to throw, and it's complete to the 41-yard line to Jeff Parks. Patrick Miller makes the tackle. Parks across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Now, we mentioned Jeff Parks. Pat Dye thinks he plays his position as well as Bo Jackson plays his, and that's pretty well, obviously. Jeff Parks made the reception, took a big hit, fumbled for a moment, but recovered his own fumble. That's an important first down for Auburn right there.
He must grade out very well in his blocking and also running his pass routes.
They say he's consistently around 90% on his blocking assignments.
1st and 10 at the 41. Auburn. Pat Washington throws, and let's see if they give him a completion or not. No completion. At the midfield stripe, Ron Middleton, the intended receiver. Curtis Stacy, the coverage man for the Gators.
That play took a short hop. That pass took a short hop.
Just before it got to him.
Washington just having trouble getting the proper spiral on that ball, and he bounces it to Middleton, incomplete.
A little bit higher, it would have been a completion. So that brings up 2nd down 10 at the 41-yard line, and Auburn is still on their side of the 50. 6 for 12, Washington this afternoon. Washington gives off. The give-off goes to Fullwood to the 42-yard line. Humble on the play. Tommy Duhart right there for the Gators. So the fumble was recovered by Auburn. Let's take a look at
Tommy Duhart at the top of your screen.
Oh, the ball just squirted out more than it was a fumble. The ground can't cause a fumble, so it's 3rd down and 9 as the ball remains at the 42. 5 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Florida 7, Auburn 3. Waiting for the snap is Washington. Washington dropping, looking to throw. He's under some pressure by Florida. Brought down behind the line at the 38-yard line. Keith Williams, and a flag on the play. Looks like it was a face mask call. Win the 86 Sonny's Fighting Gator truck. All you have to do is fill out the entry form available at participating Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue locations. No purchase necessary. The contest ends December 1st. Customized orange and blue 86 Ford Ranger could be yours.
Big mistake on the Gator defense right here. They have the quarterback trapped for a 3rd down loss, but somehow the hand gets out and grabs that face mask. Sometimes, obviously, most of the time it's unintentional, but it's a flag nonetheless. Keith Williams, yeah, looks like he definitely had that face mask. He just wasn't thinking right there. You got to be able to think, even though you're playing a violent ball game. You got to stay under control.
3rd down 7 now for the Auburn Tigers as they call a timeout. And with the score, Florida 7, Auburn 3. We'll be right back after this.
Here's Jerry Clower for Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue.
People ask me, Jerry, what's so special about Sonny's barbecue? I tell them the secret's in the sauce. Oh, just thinking about it sets my mouth to watering.
Here you are, Mr. Clower.
Now, here comes some good eating.
Everybody loves to eat at Sonny's, 'cause Sonny's makes it all taste right.
Look at this face. I'm going to smile. That's my last smile.
Why?
My utility bill.
It's probably because of the old air conditioner and that old furnace.
Don't say old.
Want to save some money? Then call your Whirlpool dealer about an energy-saving Whirlpool heat pump that cools and heats efficiently.
Hello.
See the yellow pages for the authorized Whirlpool heating and cooling dealer nearest you.
Thanks to Whirlpool, I can smile again.
4 minutes, 47 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Florida 7, Auburn 3, 3rd and 7. Ball on the 44. Auburn in possession. Washington is a quarterback, puts a man in motion to the bottom of your screen, and Washington drops the throw. He's hit as he unloads, and it's incomplete.
Clifford Charlton, number 56, in from the outside. That great speed on the rush. Clifford Charlton was able to run outside the pass blocker, put pressure on Pat Washington, and he threw a sloppy pass right there for an incompletion. Look at Clifford Charlton beating Brent Forwood, forcing Pat Washington to get rid of the ball, and he just wasn't able to deliver.
All right, so Colbert will kick away. Nattiel will be the return man. Colbert 6 punts for a little over 41 yards, and here is Ricky Nattiel. He'll be returning the kick for the University of Florida. On 4th and 7 from the 44-yard line, and Colbert standing at the 29. He gets it off way high. Nattiel lets it go by, and it goes down between the 1 and the 2. And that was Pat Moat, who was down there for the Auburn Tigers, and he was really down in a hurry, and he also is their snapper, so he came off the line in a hurry.
I tell you what, this Lewis Colbert has shown us today why he's in Ray Criswell's class. What a tremendous punt, putting the Gators in a real bind here on their 1.5-yard line.
That was a 55-yard kick. So here come the Gators out of the huddle now.
And the War Eagle fans are on their feet.
And the War Eagle defense trying to get something out of this. Straight ahead goes Kerwin Bell to about the 2-yard line. He's looking to pick up a little room. Russ Carricker makes the tackle, along with Harold Hallman for Auburn.
Well, you know, the south end zone at Florida Field is tough for any opponent. It's the same way here at Auburn. They're making a lot of noise. Kerwin's and his offense are backed up in their own end zone, near their own end zone, and that end zone is of War Eagle fans is making some noise.
4 minutes to play third quarter. Gators lead at 7-3. 2nd and 9 on the 2. Kerwin Bell with the I formation behind him. Drops the throw, and he unloads long. He's looking for Ray McDonald. It is incomplete. Coverage on that by Auburn's Kevin Porter, a sophomore from Warner Robins, Georgia. Ray McDonald was deep, running that sideline fly pattern for Florida.
Oh, that's a nice call. You don't want that defense teeing off on you, and you give your wideout the chance to sprint down that sideline, and it was just nice coverage by Porter. Obviously, you don't want to give up that sack. That's a 2-point safety, so Kerwin's going to be aware of that.
3rd and 9. Ball remains on the 2. Kerwin Bell looks at the Auburn defense. Kerwin's give-off goes to the tailback, and that would be Neil Anderson. He goes to the 4. Pat Thomas makes the tackle. And the War Eagles are very excited because that brings on Florida's kicking team.
Well, they say Ray Criswell has ice water in his veins, and he's going to get a chance to prove it again right here. No worse place in the world to kick from than your own end zone.
Waiting for the snap is Criswell, and he boots it, and he gets it off nice and high. Gaines will take it, and Gaines turns upfield, and he is hit and brought down as he gets to the 42-yard line. University of Florida special teams really down in a hurry, and it was Tracy Daniels who made the hit for the Gators. So now the Tigers of Auburn have excellent field position, and once again, Florida's defense is really going to have to rise to the occasion.
Well, you couldn't ask Ray Criswell to do any more. He kicked the ball across the 50-yard line. Trey Gaines made a nice return right there. Now the Gator defense has to rise to the occasion.
It was a 49-yard boot, 1st and 10. The ball on the 42-yard line, and the give-off goes to Fullwood, who gets across the 35. Brent Fullwood, the ball carrier. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the third quarter. Ron Moten makes the tackle for the Gators.
Well, you get a sense right here in the stadium that offense is fired up for Auburn right now. Look at the block on Ron Moten. Fullwood escapes the linebackers. He's in the secondary where Adrian White and Jarvis Williams have to come up to make the tackle.
They bring it out across the field right now. They bring the chains out to measure it to see if they've got the first down, and they've got it. You can see the call from the field. Late in the fourth quarter, Jim and I will pick the Mid-State Federal Player of the Game. At the end of the season, a scholarship to be awarded to the university in honor of the Mid-State Federal Player of the Year.
Again, we need to put
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for Auburn. They're in Florida territory. Washington's give-off goes to Fullwood. Fullwood stacked up as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Leon Pennington and Burnell Brown right there to put the hit on Fullwood.
Jim, what I wanted to say is we need to put in perspective how these defenses are playing, because Auburn and Florida have both averaged over 30 points a game. At this point, Auburn has only 3 points. You got to realize it'd be unrealistic almost to expect the Gator defense to continue to hold them to just 3 points.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 31. Washington to throw, and he throws. Let's see if they give him a completion on that at the 20-yard line. That was Jeff Parks, the tight end, and they do. They give him a completion at the 20. It'll be another first down. So they pick up another first down at the 20, and Auburn is threatening Florida's goal line right now. Florida leads 7-3 with 1:45 to play in the third quarter. Here are the Tigers with the eye. Motion man now, the tight end. And the give-off goes to the fullback straight up the middle to the 17, Tommy Agee. Brought down by Ron Moten, the junior from Clearwater. Seconds dropping away here in the third quarter, 1:25 in the third period. Florida 7, Auburn 3.
I don't believe Auburn's penetrated that Gator 20-yard line this afternoon, and until this drive right here, and they're threatening to get 6.
2nd and 7 for Auburn. Pat Washington, the quarterback, looks at the Gator defense. Washington outside, hangs onto the football himself, and gets to the 12-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. Leon Pennington brings him down. But it's going to be 3rd and short coming back.
Tommy Agee throws a big block right here. Pat Washington faked it to the fullback and then ran the ball himself. 3rd and 1.
Ball on the 11-yard line. A lot of tenseness right now.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of play action right here, because Auburn's probably already made the decision. They'll run it on 4th down even if they don't get the first down right now.
Pat Washington, the quarterback, sends a motion man. Washington gives off. He gives off to the fullback, Agee. He's got the first down inside the 10 to the 9. Pennington and Brown combining to make the stop for Florida. So it's 1st and goal for the Auburn Tigers inside the Florida 10. 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Auburn's fired up. The Gator defense with their backs to the wall right now.
Well, you got to believe at this point right now, Auburn has the emotional advantage over the University of Florida as we enter the fourth quarter.
Into the fourth quarter, into the third quarter, and the score is Florida 7 and Auburn 3.
When you've got work to do, it sure is nice to have a buddy along.
Hey, that's it, Jack. Let's go.
So when you go home tonight, have a buddy there, too. Come home to a television, VCR, or stereo with no down payment, no credit check, and free delivery. It's that easy.
Come home to a friend tonight. Come home to Buddy by Right. When you rent to own, rent from your buddy.
Join the buddy system today and come home to a friend tonight.
For a limited time, buy any sale-priced Gravely two-wheel tractor starting at $18.50 and get a Gravely mower deck free. That's up to a $789 value free. Now, these are all gear-drive Gravely tractors from 8 to 12 horsepower with a cast-iron Kohler commercial-grade engine. Your old lawn and garden tractor's worth at least $500, $1,000 or more toward any Gravely. And if you have a valid MasterCard, Visa, or American Express card, you have $1,500 instant credit right now at Christie's 901 West Brandon Boulevard, Brandon, and M&B Equipment 803 East Reynolds, Plant City.
Auburn. The Florida defense has been tested all afternoon. They've scratched and clawed and fought throughout the day.
Oh, yeah, both defensive teams have done a great job out here, and that Gator defense has held this powerful Auburn machine to 3 points.
And the offense has 7 on the board. Florida 7, Auburn 3, and the Tigers now threatening inside the 10 at the 9. 1st and goal for Auburn at the 9.
Anytime you get near that goal line acts like a magnet. It starts attracting you, and that offense right now is hooping and hollering, and there's a lot of adrenaline in that Auburn offensive huddle.
Here they are. Pat Pat Washington is the quarterback. He gives off the Fullwood. Fullwood inside the 5 and the 4. Brett Fullwood carries the football, a senior from St. Cloud, Florida. Keith Williams, a junior from Milton, makes the tackle for the Gators. So it's second down and goal to go. They spot it down between the 4 and the 3. Second and goal. We enter the final quarter at Auburn. Florida's got everybody up front. The give off goes to A.G. A.G. hits in there, and he is going to be stopped at about between the 2 and the 3. Arthur White makes the hit.
A.G. goes inside the 2.
Well, Auburn's in that power eye, but they give the ball to the fullback instead of the tailback on the quick dive. Look at Big Parks making a block on Alonzo Johnson. We talked about how powerful that tight end was.
Third and goal at the 2-yard line. As Auburn comes out. Washington has gone all the way at quarterback this afternoon. He is a senior from Mobile. Washington hangs onto the football himself and goes into the end zone for the score. Off the left side. Auburn has now jumped out front 9-7. So the Auburn Tigers take the lead here in the final stanza.
That option play is very difficult to stop, especially near that goal line. He has the threat of the pitch. Once he gets outside, he can turn it up himself right there, and that's what he did. That was a fine play by Pat Washington.
Give some credit to the left side
the fake
of that.
To the fullback easily gets outside right there.
So now they go for the extra point. Foot is into it, and it is good. So the score now, Auburn 10, Florida 7.
Welcome to the real world of dairy.
And there was a flag on the play as Ricky Nattiel makes the return for the University of Florida. That drive for the touchdown for Auburn, 9 plays, 42 yards, 4 minutes and 31 seconds to time. The flag looks like it's going to be for a face mask, and it's going to be against the University of Florida, or a clip. It's a clip, and it will be against Florida, and they march it off now. The return was 24, so that's going to move the football way back to the 14-yard line. It is for the clip. And so Florida's really back deep.
Bad break for Florida. They had some decent field position there, and now they're backed up inside their own 15-yard line. On Auburn's 42-yard drive, they had good field position. Obviously, 42 yards, that's all they had to do.
That's right. First and 10 now at the 14 for the Gators. For the eye is Kerwin Bell as he puts McDonald in motion. To give off to Neil Anderson, and Neil Anderson hits across and goes to the 19-yard line before he's brought down by Gerald Williams, the right defensive tackle for Auburn.
Well, the crowd's definitely in the ball game here. Early in the fourth quarter, they're making a lot of noise. They realize their ball club's taking control of the game.
That's the man who scored, Pat Washington. Second down, 6 now for the Gators. Bo Jackson, who has sat out the second half at Auburn. As Kerwin Bell with the I formation again. And Kerwin Bell to throw. He's looking out there, and he's got his man, Ricky Nattiel, coming out of bounds on the near side at the 42-yard line. Jimmy Warren boots him out. Well, this is what Florida does well, is to move the football with the Air Force.
Well, they have to do it well, especially here in the fourth quarter. Look at that good protection. Kerwin gets to set up, take that step, drill the ball to Ricky Nattiel. Now we're talking field position. Good field position.
They spot it down at the 41. It'll be first and 10 for the Gators. They're on their side of the 50. I formation again for Kerwin Bell as he puts Frankie Neal in motion and looks at the Auburn defense. The give-off goes to the fullback, or rather the tailback, Neil Anderson, and he hits it off the right side, and Pat Thomas makes the tackle. Not much gain on the play, a yard. 12 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the ball game. Auburn 10, Florida 7 at Jordan Hare Stadium in Auburn. Second down 9. Neil Anderson, 20 carries, 79 yards this afternoon. I formation. Bell receivers left and right. Bell is being blitzed and brought down way behind the line at the 35-yard line. Auburn's defense comes in there. Gerald Williams and Gerald Robertson. And they make the hit at the 35 as they take him down way back there.
Gary Kelly, number 42, coming on the backside blitz. That's tough for a quarterback when you're getting blitzed from the left side and you're right-handed. He never sees him. He really doesn't see him until it's almost too late. Nice job by Gary Kelly coming in from the right-end position.
3rd and 16 now for the Gators. Ball on the 35-yard line, and here they come. Wickman would be left. Neil right. Split backfield. 11 minutes, 30 seconds to play as Bell is being chased way back there. Throws out in the flat and goes as incomplete. Nobody out there, and there was a flag back at the 12-yard line. Tracy Rocker was in there putting the pressure on along with Harold Hallman. Kerwin Bell has been sacked 3 times today. The penalty is going to go against Florida for the intentional grounding, and it moves it back to the 12-yard line. And again, here comes Ray Criswell.
Well, you see big number 74 coming through there. Tracy Rocker was hardly slowed down at all. Kerwin had no chance. He tried to get away with throwing the ball away, but they made the proper call and flagged him for grounding.
Ray Criswell standing back in his own end zone. Criswell will kick it out. It goes high, and Wagan waits for it, takes it at the 40, comes across the field, and he's being pursued by Florida, and he comes out of bounds here on the near sideline at the 44-yard line. And Florida's Tracy Daniels drives him out on the near side.
Freddie Wagan has good speed, tried to get outside. He picked up an extra 6 yards right there. Again, Auburn has good field position, though, near their own 45-yard line, and they established that offense again on the previous drive. They want to see if they can do it right now.
Well, they've got the football at the 43. It'll be 1st and 10. That was a 47-yard punt as we look at Galen Hall, and he is talking to the offensive line.
1st and 10, Auburn at the 43.
Coming to the line would be Pat Washington. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 43. The give off to Fullwood and stacked up after a short gain across the 45-yard line. Don Tinney, a big senior right tackle, makes the hit for the Gators. So it's been a tough football game here at Florida this afternoon. 10 minutes and 45 yards here at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama.
Well, you need to stuff the opponent on 1st down. The Gator defense did it right there. They gave up just a little bit. 2nd and 8 now.
And Pat Washington
reverse
to Wiegand on the reverse, but Florida sniffed it out, and Alonzo Johnson brings him down at the 44. So Alonzo Johnson makes the hit at the 44-yard line.
And Alonzo Mitz from the backside. They're pursuing. They see the pitch to Freddie Wagan. Look at Alonzo Mitz hustling out there. Alonzo Johnson does have the speed to catch up and hog ties him.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 here in the 4th quarter for the Auburn Tigers. They're at the 44-yard line. And Florida wants that football back with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Pat Washington is the quarterback. Washington looks to throw. He's being pressed by Florida, unloads, and it is incomplete. And there's a flag on the play. Looks like they might be charged with intentional grounding, too.
Yeah, both quarterbacks trying to get away with dumping the ball where there is no receiver, and that obviously is a penalty. Now they're going to back Auburn up, make it a little bit more difficult for them to punt the ball away.
And so they'll have to kick it away from the 26-yard line, and Florida gets a shot at the football again.
Watch the inside. Watch Alonzo Mitz come up the gut. Force Pat Washington to step out. There's Alonzo Johnson breaking for him. Pat Washington has no receiver in the area.
And so here's Lewis Colbert, 7 punts for a 42.8 average this afternoon. Done an excellent job for his team. Leading punter in the Southeastern Conference. Kicks it and gets it high. Ricky Nattiel takes it at the 35-yard line, and he's across to the 39, between the 39 and the 40 before he's brought down. So Florida takes over the football with good field position. We might mention that Auburn's got 2 timeouts left, and Florida's got 3. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. They're going to spot it down at the 39.
Well, we saw Alonzo Johnson on that last series doing a great job. He's a candidate for a Mid-State Federal Player of the Game. Alonzo Johnson, University of Florida's All-American candidate.
And so the Gators trailing here with Auburn leading by a score of 10-7. And waiting for the snap will be Kerwin Bell. I formation. And the give-off is going to go to John L. Williams, and he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Play game 3 yards.
Brought down by Edward Phillips, the weak side linebacker for Auburn.
And Pat Thomas, number 41, a defensive end. He's only 5'11" at 226. One of the greatest assets you can have on defense is leverage. And Pat Thomas is already so low to the ground. He's got leverage.
He's got that low CG. 8 minutes and 55 seconds to play in the game. 2nd and 7 at the 42. For the Gators, trailing by 3. Kerwin Bell dropping to throw. He's got time this time around, and he passes complete to Wickman, who's still on his feet. And Wickman is to the 40-yard line. A 1st down. Brett Wickman, the junior from Gainesville, Florida. Carricker and Phillips make the tackle.
What a tremendous catch by Brett Wickman. He has to leap in the air and catch this ball that's thrown very firmly by Kerwin Bell. That ball was a bullet. He had to pluck that one out of the air with his hands. Nice job by Brett Wickman. That ball had some zip on it.
17-yard completion. 1st and 10 at the 41 for Florida. Bell unloads out here. It's incomplete. Intended for Ray McDonald. McDonald looked like he was running a curl. Jimmy Warren, the right corner man, on the coverage for Auburn.
You know, in terms of pass blocking, the defensive linemen are going to get tired before the offensive linemen. So if you're going to pass the ball in the 4th quarter when you're behind, you probably got more opportunity right now to keep those big defenders out of there, because those guys are running and chasing a quarterback on every play. So if you ever had a chance to block them, the 4th quarter, it's to your advantage as an offensive lineman.
2nd and 10 for the Gators on the 41. 8:22 to play. Kerwin Bell on the delayed draw. John L. Williams off the right side. He's across the 30. He's at the 25, the 20. He's inside the 15, inside the 10, and down to the 6-yard line. Jimmy Warren takes him down. Oh, doctor, what a carry.
Well, you know, John L. Williams is so interesting to watch him run. He hardly ever lifts his feet more than an inch off the ground. He's almost like he's ice skating. There's a delayed draw. Look at Jimmy Davis getting the block down the field. Now he's on the sideline. Look at the speed, but he hardly lifts those knees up at all. He just seems to glide until Jimmy Warren comes over and makes the play.
1st and goal at the 5 for the Gators. Kerwin Bell with the eye. Auburn digs in. McDonald, the motion man, 9. Give off to Neil Anderson right at the line, taken down. Neil Anderson taken down right at the line. Alex Dudchek for the Auburn defense.
That was a broken play. Someone got confused on the handoff assignments. Either Kerwin turned the wrong way, or Neil Anderson, who missed a lot of practice this week, probably went the wrong way.
And Anderson wisely went right down rather than trying to bobble the ball. Got right on it.
Now, what a disaster that would be to move down the field like this and then have a broken play and have the ball bounce away.
Final score, LSU.
We'll be right back after these messages.
There's a sign near you that stands for Service Value Selection. It's the All-Pro Guarantee.
Down and goal on the 8-yard line for the Gators. 7 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the game. The Gators trail. Auburn leads 10-7. Kerwin Bell looking for the end zone. Touchdown! Woo! Ray McDonald, touchdown. Jimmy Warren, the coverage man. 2nd touchdown of the day for Ray McDonald.
I tell you what, Mike Heimerdinger just sends 81 fade into the ball game. Kerwin Bell takes 1 step behind the line of scrimmage and lets Ray McDonald fade towards that corner. What a catch! What a catch! What a pass! It was just perfectly thrown.
13-10. Florida leads. They go for the extra point. It'll be Jeff Dawson. The hold will come from Ray Criswell. Bird will be the snapper.
Big extra point.
Dawson's foot is into it. It's across the uprights. The Gators lead this football game 14-10. We'll be right back. Across the 25 and across the 30 to the 32-yard line. The ball carrier was Shan Morris, number 20. And we talked about him a little bit earlier. His dad, Larry Morris, played for the Bears. 6 plays, 61 yards, the touchdown drive. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Ray McDonald, 8-yard pass from Kerwin Bell.
That's what you call answering the bell, answering that challenge. A lot of time left, Jim Gallagher.
7 minutes and 10 seconds, and Bo Jackson is back, number 34. There he is on your screen. I'm sure they were going to hold Bo as long as they could, but right now, a lot on the line. Florida leads this football game. Bo Jackson takes the pitch. He swarmed under at the line of scrimmage. Tommy Duhart, Henry Brown combining for the Gators.
Oh, a big crunch at the line of scrimmage. Watch the big guys up front. Watch Henry Brown, the nose guard. Look at Tommy Duhart come over. Look at Arthur White fill that hole. Great job by the guys up front.
Well, about 3 minutes ago, or maybe less than that, I think, Galen Hall had a long talk over along the sideline with the offensive line for Florida. They really came through with some great blocking on that last drive. 2nd and 10 for Auburn, and Washington hangs onto the football, brought down behind the line of scrimmage again. Arthur White coming in. Bo Jackson was trailing on that play. I think Washington felt he could make it upfield, but a little bit too much speed by that Florida defense.
This is that option that's very, very tough. Look at Curtis Stacy take the pitch man, allows the safety, Ricky Knight, or excuse me, the inside linebacker there, Arthur White, to come over and make the play.
3rd and 11 for Auburn. 6 minutes to play. The Gators lead it 14-10. Chanting the signals is Washington, gone all the way at quarterback this afternoon. Washington looking, throwing out in the flat, and it is complete at the 40-yard line, but taken down right away as he catches the football is Trey Gaines, and Jarvis Williams made the tackle for Florida.
Well, I don't understand that route. You never run a route that's short of the first down marker. Trey Gaines just made a mental mistake there and didn't get enough depth to get the first down. Auburn's debating whether to go for it here with 5:26 left in the 4th quarter. I can't believe they would.
Big call coming up for Auburn.
Well, they're going to do it. So much for what I believe.
4th down. As the seconds tick away. Washington now calls for a timeout, and we'll be right back after these messages. Team came over to the sideline. Pat Dye, the head coach, made an impassioned speech. It's 4th and 1. 4th quarter. 5:10 to play. Florida leads by a score of 14-10, and Auburn is going to go for it on 4th down.
Evidently, he felt he didn't want to take his all-conference punter and pin the Gators back in their own territory. He wants to go for it.
All right, Washington chants the signals. The give-off goes to Fullwood, and he is hit at the line. Let's see if Florida held or not. We'll see when they unpile where they spot the ball down. Knight and White make the hit along with Pennington for the Florida defense. The Gators have held. The Gators have held.
Woo! I can't believe that. My goodness, what a defensive stand.
The Gators have the football now. 1st and 10.
All right, let's see what's happening up front.
Fullwood gets the call, and
oh, it looks
Florida
like he ran into his
there.
own man almost, and the Gators had stuffed that offensive line, forced the offensive lineman back into the backfield, and the back had nowhere to go.
Now, 1st downs, Auburn 14, Florida 12. Here are the Gators, 1st and 10 on the 40 in Auburn territory. Motion man is Frankie Neal. The pitch to Neil Anderson, turns upfield and to the 37-yard line before he is brought down. This telecast of Gator football is being seen by fans all over the state of Florida and the United States. No matter where you are, we'd like to hear from you. Send us a card or letter with a self-addressed stamped envelope. We'll send you a Gator bumper sticker and a Gator keychain. Your comments also welcome. Send your card or letter to Gator Television Network, Post Office Box 14485, Gainesville, Florida, 32604.
All right, you got to use that clock right now. That clock is a teammate of yours as far as the Gators are concerned. They want to eat that clock up and make some first downs.
Frankie Neal, the motion man, 2nd and 7. And the give-off goes to the tailback, Anderson, and he goes across the 35 to the 33 before Gerald Robinson brings him down. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. Florida 14, Auburn 10.
Neil Anderson holding that football with both hands right there. He doesn't want to give up that fumble. The backs are thinking, hold on to that ball.
The unflappable Galen Hall, unbeaten here at the University of Florida as head coach, 14-0-1. 3rd and 3. Everyone's on their feet. Kerwin Bell on the delayed draw to John L. Williams, stacked up behind the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Holman and Williams make the stop. So now we'll see what Florida's going to do, whether they're going to punt or go for the field goal on 4th down 5 from the 35-yard line.
Auburn has only 1 timeout left. The clock is at 3:24. The Gators might take an intentional delay here and give Criswell a little bit more of an angle, a little bit more room to work with on his punt.
That looks like exactly what they're doing. They're taking a little bit more time. The intentional delay, perhaps.
Jim Gallagher, let's give Auburn some credit right there on defense. They made the stand when they had to make it. If Florida scores there, it's all over. But Auburn did stop Florida, and they're going to give their offense another chance. And that's a lot of credit to that Auburn defense, which ranks behind the Gators in the Southeastern Conference in terms of total defense.
Delay a game called against Florida. That moves the football to the 40-yard line. So Criswell's kick will come from right about the midfield stripe. 2 minutes and 58 seconds to play. The Gators lead Auburn 14-10. Gators are going to kick on 4th down. Waiting for the snap is Ray Criswell. Freddie Wagan will be the return man for Auburn. Criswell boots it high, looking for the corner. And it goes right to the 1-yard line, but rolled into the end zone. So it will come out to the 20-yard line. So Auburn now will get the football at the 20, and they've got 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Florida leads this football game 14-10. A field goal does them no good. They've got to go for the touchdown.
And this is not their forte, the 2-minute offense, so to speak, passing the football when they have to come from behind. But there's a lot of talent on that field. Freddie Wagan is a fine receiver. Trey Gaines is a fine receiver. The 2 big tight ends can catch the football as well.
40-yard boot as we look at some of the beautiful campus surroundings at Auburn, Alabama. Next week, it's Florida and Georgia in the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. Delayed draw. The give-off goes to Fullwood. He is stacked up by the Florida defense right at the 20. Leon Pennington, the first guy to hit him.
And the clock is going to run with that play. Leon Pennington just playing his heart out inside linebacker. Scott Armstrong, Jeff Roth, Tommy Duhart. Well, look at that hit by Leon Pennington. Head up, chin up.
Here we go now with Pat Washington at the line. It's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20. Deep in Auburn territory. Florida's defense has been tough this afternoon. Give off again goes to Fullwood off the left side to the 23-yard line. Again, the Florida defense holds. Tommy Duhart makes the hit along with Alonzo Johnson.
And the Auburn fans are letting their displeasure be known as to this offensive attack right now with 1:52 to go, and they run 2 dives up the middle, or a draw and a dive. They just are not able to throw the ball effectively, but still, they don't have a choice.
Fullwood, 17 carries for 65 yards. 1:38 to play. Washington at the line. 3rd and 7. Washington hit, gets away from one man, dragged down, throws a quick pass to Fullwood. Fullwood on his feet, brought down at the line of scrimmage. Right at the 23-yard line, Jarvis Williams. Alonzo Johnson, the pressure man. What great defense by Florida.
Is that Alonzo Johnson on the blitz? He lets him escape. Alonzo Mitz tries to wrap him up, but watch this hit by Jarvis Williams. We need to call him the assassin. Watch this hit. Boom! Right there, Ricky Knight over there making a tackle as well.
We'll be right back with more, but first, these messages. 4th down and 6 is the situation. 1:17 to play in the football game, and Florida is leading Auburn by a score of 14-10 at Jordan-Hare Stadium here at Auburn.
Now this is it right here. 4th down and 6, 4th down and 7. This is it. In the short term, that is. If they make it, obviously it'll continue, but...
Here's Washington. He's unloading out in the flat. He's got his man at the 35-yard line. That would be Trey Gaines to the 34-yard line.
And that stops the clock as they reset the chains. The clock is stopped momentarily at 1:07 until the ball is snapped or until the referee marks it in play. Now the clock continues.
And so we've got a little over a minute left to play in the ball game here at Auburn, Alabama.
Incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:01 to go here late in the 4th quarter.
So that means that the Gators sit on that 14-10 lead over Auburn. And next week, it's Georgia in the Gator Bowl at Jacksonville.
Jim Gallagher, we're going to go with Leon Pennington, the fine senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as our player of the game this afternoon, the Mid-State Federal player of the game.
Here comes Auburn on 2nd and 10. At the 35-yard line with the I formation, Washington gives off, and he gives off to the upback who goes to the 41-yard line, and carrying the football, number 23, Kyle Collins, brought down by Florida as he moves ahead. Clock ticks away here at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
3rd down, 4.
34 seconds to play as Washington is being chased and throws out there in the flat. Let's see if they give him the catch. No, it is Pennington coming up with the football at the 45. They say no completion. No completion.
Our player of the game, Leon Pennington, almost getting an interception right there. Nice coverage by the inside linebacker. 4th down and 4. Again, Auburn with their backs to the wall. 30 seconds on the clock.
There's Leon Pennington, the player of the game, the Mid-State Federal player of the game.
What a leader that kid is, too. What a personality. He's just a tremendous, bubbly young fella. You're talking about enthusiasm. I think he might have originated it.
30 seconds to play. Here's Pat Washington of Auburn with a lone setback. Looking to throw, being pressed, throws, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Leon Pennington is the guy that tipped it away as it goes as incomplete. Intended for Kyle Collins coming out of the backfield.
And the Gators are dancing in the stands. All about 7,000 of them that made the trip here to Auburn, Alabama.
Well, with 24 seconds left to play, Florida takes over the football, and so Florida will go 4-0 in the Southeastern Conference. Their unbeaten streak will go to 17-0-1, 18 games, the longest in the nation. 24 seconds to play. Oh, yes. Here come the Gators out of the huddle as Kerwin Bell calls for a wide out. Frankie Neal to the right side, a split backfield behind him, and drops to one knee. And the Florida Gators will let the clock run out, remaining unbeaten through 18 ball games, 17-0-1. 4-0 in the Southeastern Conference. Next week, it's longtime rival and Southeastern Conference foe, Georgia, at the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. One of the great games in college football.
And we see
an excellent game today.
Pat Dye and Galen Hall exchanging compliments to each other. What a terrific college football game. You're not going to find two better teams. Great defenses, powerful offenses. Both teams fought their heart out there this afternoon.
This is a great setting for college football, and two great teams together on a nice afternoon, overcast here at Auburn, Alabama. The Gators go back to Gainesville with another victory, and there you see Mr. Bell. He's got the system.
And Rodney Brewer. They're both excited about their trip home this afternoon.
It's been a great victory for the University of Florida, 4-0 in the Southeastern Conference, extending the unbeaten streak. And based on what happens in other college football games around the country today, the Gators ranked number 2 in the nation coming in.
Well, we're talking about wannabes and gonnabes, and the Gators...
Scott Armstrong fired up.
That's right. The Gators wanted to be a contender for that national championship, and now they're going to be a contender for that national championship because they did it to Auburn this afternoon at Auburn, a place that the Gators haven't won since 1975.
That's also the last time that the home team has won until this year. There's the final score, and it tells the story as you see the fans filing out of Jordan-Hare Stadium. 14-10, the University of Florida, as Galen Hall jogs off the field, victorious in yet another game.
And the 7,000 or 8,000 Gators that are here remaining in the stands doing their cheering. It's great to be a Florida Gator.
It's been a great afternoon, too, for the University of Florida fans who made this long trip up here, and we'll be back with more, but first we're going to take time out for these messages.
Isn't that Florida orange juice?
Orange is smart for drinking orange juice. For that clean and sunny taste. Hey, orange is smart for drinking